Pacers win Game 3, 116-107 over the Oklahoma City Thunder in the NBA Finals. Did I think that OKC would be down 2-1 in this series? Absolutely not. But hey, you got to give credit to Indiana. They've been, I wouldn't say the better team the entire series, but they've made a lot of good plays when they've needed to, and of course have capitalized on big moments. Even if they weren't leading the entire game in Game 1, you still hit the game-winning shot, so it doesn't matter, and it all matters, again, who wins these games. So credit to Indiana. A lot to break down in this one, and I'm super excited for Game 4 tomorrow. Finally, a back-and-forth game in this series. Now, yes, Game 1 was back and forth to an extent, but of course, it didn't really get too crazy until about, obviously the fourth quarter. I'm not going to pretend when it got obviously super tight, but it was late in the fourth quarter. Obviously, Game 2 was just a blowout from really the second quarter, so we haven't really seen this too much, and we saw this a little bit in some of the conference finals games, but not much with the WCF. A little bit more with the Knicks and the Pacers, but still I feel like so many of those games were games of runs. Really only had a similar game like this, maybe with Game 1 with the Knicks and the Pacers from what I can remember. But even then, the Pacers had to make a comeback. So I was just glad that we had a close game the entire game. Now, at this point of the NBA, you can't really say a team's out of it unless they're down by maybe 30 points. But when you see a team down 15 with about 9 to 10 minutes left, they're definitely in the game. So I've still been tuned in, of course, since the finals. I'm not going to not be, but it's just it's finally good to see that we have actually had a close game, like a game that I really didn't know who was going to win pretty much the entire game until about the fourth quarter. So was just very happy about that as a basketball fan, especially with all the scrutiny that the series is kind of taking. Oh, there's no big stars. It's not in any big markets. I don't know what to tell these people. I really don't know what to say to this crowd. I guess I'm not that demographic because I like basketball and I'm going to show up regardless, but I don't know. You just are not missing what this series is providing, but these are new faces. You got to get used to it. When LeBron and Curry retire, this is what the league is going to be. So I'm just glad that the league had a big game and a close game last night. And jumping into the game, the two deciding factors for me personally when I look at this game was, number one, Indiana's bench output compared to Oklahoma City's bench output. And then, of course, the fourth quarter woes of the Oklahoma City Thunder. And let's discuss both of those right now. First, let's discuss the players that have stood out for me, at least in Game 3. Again, Haliburton just doing his thing. 22 points, 9 rebounds, 11 assists. One shy of a triple-double. Again, people get on his case for not scoring a ton, and I have a little bit over these playoffs, but that's not his role overall. He's never been that type of guy in the league. He really doesn't score more than about 19 to 20 points per game. That's at least his average. But he's, again, the facilitator. He's the guy that's going to set the offense up. And, again, 11 assists, that's very hard to do, especially against OKC with one of the best, if not the best defense in the league. And they're continuously doubling this guy just because they know how dangerous he is. So I had to give a ton of credit to Haliburton. I thought he did a great job. Siakam as well, 21 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. And he barely even played in the fourth quarter yesterday, and that just shows you how good he was. And I have to eat some crow because there were times over this playoff run in the last couple of years that I haven't been too big of a Siakam guy. But I have to give him credit. You go to your second finals now. Again, you're not the main reason why the team is winning, but you're definitely a co-star. You're definitely an important piece of the team. So I have to give a ton of credit to him. He's been, a great player the entire series, and he's definitely an established vet at this point. Again, winning a championship back in 2019 now, which is just absolutely wild to say. But, really liked what I saw from Siakam. But, again, I mentioned the bench. And it was bad. OKC only scored 18 points off their bench. Indiana scored 49. That is just ridiculous. That's obviously, I don't have to explain to you how big of a stretch that is when comparing, those numbers. But when we look at the two guys that really stepped up off the bench for the Pacers, it was Mathurin, who had 27 points and 9 for 12 on his field goals, and he shot 2 for 3 on threes as well. Just efficient last night. The kid, again, just continues to make plays. He's made a lot of plays in these playoffs, and again, it's not that he's cooking every single game, but again, it's just another guy that you have to worry about with the Indiana Pacers. And I have been saying this again through all my videos that they are relentless because they have so many bodies, they have so many scorers, and he just continues to show that this is what this team is. And I don't know, I just really liked what I saw from him. Sorry about that, my camera stopped having storage, but we're back. Regardless, we were talking about Mathurin. Overall, I really liked what I saw from him. He was, again, efficient and was hitting big shots when he needed to. You're helping out the team. You're taking the load off of your stars as well a little bit. And, again, that's all you need to do in these moments. You're not the star. Again, you're coming off the bench. And if you can get 27 points on the bench, I mean, there's really nothing to complain about. The other guy we have to give flowers to, and as a Sixers fan, it's very bittersweet because every single time I see this guy cook, I'm like, wow, why did the Sixers get rid of him? Especially the last couple years where they've consistently lacked a efficient backup point guard. But whatever, we're not here to hear me, complain about the Sixers. It's TJ McConnell. TJ McConnell, again, you don't look at it when you look at the stats, but 10 points, 5 assists, and 5 steals. What really was key for him last night was, number one, the energy he was bringing, and he was getting that crowd going, but it was those outlet passes that he just stole. I mean, the amount of passes that he was just getting in front of that OKC just wasn't even looking for, and he turned into points was huge, huge. I mean, those are key turnovers. I don't know what was going on with them, but he was all over it last night. And again, he's bringing the energy, still getting guys involved with 5 assists, 10 points as well. Just, again, controlling the offense when Haliburton goes off the court just gives them, hey, like someone that can calm the guys down a little bit, but still score if he needs to. And I just really, really liked his defense last night. I mean, again, turning turnovers into points, that's going to result realistically in wins most games. So I really liked what I saw from McConnell. Again, I wish he was a Sixer, but if the Pacers do end up winning a championship, I would be honestly really happy for him because he is one of those guys that's, again, just hustled his entire career. You look at the guy, obviously he's not your typical NBA player, but he's been in the league for a reason this long because he hustles and he knows how to outwork you, and he's doing that again in this series. So really, really love what I saw from McConnell last night. Now we look at OKC. Again, they didn't get a ton out of their bench compared to Indy, and that was a deciding factor for sure. But you just take a look at the box score, and you see their stars, SGA, 24 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. Jalen Williams had a good game as well, 26 points, 6 rebounds. Chet had 20 points, 10 rebounds, but he shot 6 for 15 last night. And, man, was he getting absolutely manhandled in the paint by Myles Turner last night. Myles Turner did not have a great game offensively, but he was killing it last night in the paint with the blocks. So, Chet was really struggling down low. I mean, he still got the 20 points, but, man, you got to be better than 6 for 15. So, didn't love that. And then we were just talking about this earlier. I mean, I had mentioned as one of the X factors was that fourth quarter for Oklahoma City, and that goes 2-2 with this. Oklahoma City was outscored 32-18 in that fourth quarter. Not what you want to see, obviously. You need to be clutch in these moments. Again, it was a close game. I mean, they had a 9-point lead at some point within the game. I can't remember when, but these are the times where you have to really make these big shots and just overall just get it done because you're on the road. It's tied 1-1. You're in their building now. They have home court. You can't let these opportunities slip, and they did last night. And one of the guys that I'm going to have to go in on a little bit, and I've loved him pretty much all playoffs, but SGA with only 3 points in the fourth quarter on 1 for 3 shooting as well. Come on, man. And again, I'm not going to kill SGA because SGA obviously he's the MVP. He's the MVP. He's gotten them to this point. But man, if you really want to be in that level of class and just overall knowing the moment you're trying to win a championship, you have to hit those shots. You have to make those shots. You also need to take more shots. 1 for 3, 3 points, bro. That's just not enough. That's not enough. And now you're down 2-1 on the road. Just don't love that. Don't love that. And there were other guys obviously not doing as well. I mean, I just feel like every single Thunder possession, it was just slow or a lot of shots that just surprisingly didn't go in. I feel like the Thunder had decent looks in the fourth quarter, but a lot of them just weren't falling. And maybe it was just one of those nights, but I didn't love what I saw from them at the end of the game. And again, I mentioned this in my preview. One of the things OKC likes to do is they like to play with their food. They don't have the killer instinct at times. And it's not a slight against them because they've obviously gotten to this point. But it's just like, man, like you need one of these guys to step up, or it's really just like, man, like I don't know. It's so hard to explain. Like, why are you guys just playing with your food? Why do you play with your food? SGA, again, like 3 points in the fourth, bro. Like, you got to know the moment. So I just did not like what I saw from OKC last night. And again, they're now down 2-1. And I can't really say it's not their fault. I mean, again, you just don't make your shots. And really, the Pacers bench, which has been fantastic all playoffs, again, gets them to another win. So that's really what I saw, at least the two biggest X factors that I saw in this game. But now let's talk about what Game 4 means for both teams. For Indy, this is a huge game. And again, this is huge for both teams. I mean, it's the finals, obviously, but still. Indy, you have an opportunity to go up 3-1 in the series, which pretty much doesn't guarantee you to win the NBA Finals, but it's a pretty good chance of winning the NBA Finals. I mean, I don't know. I think obviously the last time a team came down from 3-1 was the Cavs, but I don't know the statistics of going up 3-1 and losing the finals. So, yeah, you got to win this game. It's in Indiana. You have to, really just win off of this momentum. You have the momentum. And for me, I feel like a spot that looked like this just a couple weeks ago was that Game 3, or even that Game 5 versus the Knicks, but more the Game 3. They were up 2-0 in the series against the Knicks, and they could have been up 3-0 in the series and gotten it done even quicker, but they, again, played with their food. They weren't there. They weren't ready for the moment. And I'm curious, how is Indy going to respond? Because that crowd's going to be on 10 tomorrow, which they were fantastic last night. But I'm curious, will the players be ready, or are they going to put in a performance like they did in Game 3 or Game 5 of the Knicks and kind of extend this series a little bit? So that's what I'm looking for from Indy. But, man, you guys really got to take this, because if you win tomorrow night, odds are going to say you're probably going to be NBA champions by the end of the week. Now, for OKC, man, again, I did not expect OKC to be down 2-1 in the series. Obviously not. But they're in this position. And for me, this is the biggest moment that they've had all playoffs. And I'm going to have to see it. They've stepped up big at certain times, specifically in, the Denver series where they closed them out in 7. I said that the team grew up. This is another moment for me to show me that, hey, did you grow your chest hair? Like, are you at this point ready? Like, are you guys ready to take that next step and to have that killer instinct? And that's something that's been criticized for this team specifically by me and other people. So I'm really trying to see, again, can they just have one of those games where they get a big lead tomorrow night? Can they stop the momentum of the Indiana Pacers? Can they get more out of their bench to combat the Pacers bench? Can SGA and others be more aggressive in the fourth quarter? And again, if you win tomorrow night, it's now tied up and you have home court back in Oklahoma City. You're going to go into Game 5 with more momentum. The crowd will be there. I just think it's a good spot, obviously, to win the game. So we'll see what we get out of OKC. I'm not sure. But regardless, I do want OKC to win just from a neutral standpoint, just so we can get a longer series. But my God, I mean, if they lose tomorrow night, this will be one of the bigger upsets in NBA history. So regardless, we're going to be getting something interesting. But yeah, look out for a video on Saturday. I will be recapping Game 4. Very, very, very excited. And yeah, I will see you guys on the next one. That's all I have for you guys today. If you liked the video, feel free to give it a like. If you have any comments, drop them down below. And yeah, if you like my type of content, feel free to subscribe. I will see you guys on the next one. Peace, guys.